Hey, it's Christian Martin, and today is an exciting day because today we're going to dive into Facebook advertising. This is the introduction to Facebook ads, the art and science of advertising on Facebook. This is part one. I want to break this down into bite-sized chunks. Number one being so that you don't get overwhelmed, and number two, so that it's easy to go back through and watch these lessons again and come back to them when you need to reference them. So this is part one. Part two will be below this, and then part three. Now, you will need to watch these modules more than once. It's up to you to become a master at Facebook advertising. I'm going to show you exactly the processes that we use to make sure that our campaigns succeed. But you have to practice, you have to put this into practice for yourself and your clients, and you have to actually go through this and learn this stuff. So don't kid yourself into thinking that you should feel like an expert after watching these once, or that you'll actually be an expert. If it's overwhelming, that's completely natural and normal. So don't think that that's abnormal or that you're in the wrong place. You just need to go through and internalize these concepts. Now I'm going to include a document to some key terms so that you can learn the verbiage and the words that we use and the processes and systems involved. So you should review that daily until you know all of those terms by heart and what they mean and where they refer to in your Facebook ads dashboard. So let's jump in real quick and talk about what Facebook ads really are. Facebook advertising is an auction. And so just like if somebody was auctioning off a painting, there would be multiple bidders, and the bidder with the highest bid would win that painting. Facebook is an auction, and what they're auctioning off is their audiences. So attention. Who will pay the most amount of money to get in front of these audiences and grab their attention? Now, a couple things you have to understand about Facebook is their number one goal, the most important thing to them, is user retention. So if they just gave away their audiences to the highest bidder, but those bidders alienated their audience and people stopped coming to Facebook because it was no longer enjoyable, Facebook would be out of business. So they'll give it to the highest bidder, who will also make their audience happy. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what they reward, what they penalize, how to get in front of the right audiences with the right message so that Facebook loves you, so that your audiences love you, and so that your clients love you as well. So what is a Facebook advertising auction? For each ad impression, the auction system selects the best ads to run based on the ad's maximum bids and the ad performance. All ads on Facebook compete against each other in this process, and the ads that their system determines are most likely to be successful will win the auction. Do you see that? So they're most likely to be successful both based on the bid amount and on what Facebook determines the audience will react the best to. Like I said, Facebook does not want to alienate their audience. If you throw an ad out there that is going to piss people off, Facebook will penalize you for it. It will not do well. So you have to make sure that you read Facebook terms of service, don't break their rules, and then you don't want to launch ads that are going to get negative feedback. You want to keep your ads relevant to your audience. So to help your competitive positioning at auction, you may want to consider raising your bid. Don't worry about that. We're going to let Facebook choose our bids for us. So just know that it's an auction, and Facebook's algorithm, which is just a computer program that basically determines which ads to show to which audiences, is going to determine the performance of your campaigns. So Facebook is going to go out there and it's going to find the best people for your ads. So I mentioned Facebook wants to keep its users happy. Do you know what its next highest priority is? Keeping the advertisers spending money. And how are they going to accomplish that? By making sure you're getting the results that you set out to get. Because if you don't make any money advertising on Facebook, eventually you're going to stop spending money on that platform. Isn't that right? So Facebook is going to use its algorithm, which is just some advanced stuff that is way smarter than we actually are, and it's going to take the data it's getting back from the audiences, and it's going to go out there and find the best people to serve your ads to based on your objective. So Facebook wants you to succeed, and it will make sure that you do if you plan your campaigns properly, you target the right audiences, you have the right objectives, and you have a relevant ad for the audience. Facebook is going to make sure that gets in front of the people who are most likely to turn into leads and sales for you or your client. So you don't need to know how an algorithm works or what exactly it is. Just understand that Facebook algorithm is going to do all the heavy lifting and determine who the ads really get put in front of. It's our job to give it the proper information at the beginning of the campaign so that the algorithm knows where to start. Now you can read a full breakdown of the auction description from Facebook below this video. So just go browse through that, read through it, see what Facebook is saying, and it's basically just the same stuff I just told you. Now, I want to show you how to set up your first campaign and kind of show you inside the dashboard and show you each piece and what it all means. So this is what it's going to look like when you log into your account. This is one of my accounts in Business Manager. You're going to see an overview of your money spent, what your ads are doing, all kinds of things like that. And then you're going to see campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Now let's break down what those three things mean. So when you launch a new campaign on Facebook, there are three parts to it. The first part is the campaign. This is where you're going to choose your objective for your campaign. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to get leads? Are you trying to get page likes, engagement, sales? What is it you're after? The next part is the ad set. This is where you're going to determine who you're targeting, your audience, where you're targeting them. So you can place ads on Instagram, for example, or your Facebook newsfeed, or mobile newsfeed, or the right sidebar, or Audience Network, which is on mobile apps and around the web. And you're also going to set your budget and your schedule at the ad set level. And then there's, of course, the ads, which is the actual images and the text that is going to make up your advertisement. So here's the three parts inside your campaign. You can see the campaign level, the ad set level, and the actual ads. Now, think of the campaign as the foundation of your ad. When you decide to run an ad, you will always start with a new campaign, with a brand new advertising strategy. So if you're already advertising, we may create new ad sets or ads within an existing campaign, and I'll show you how to do that when we're scaling up and optimizing our campaigns. So at the campaign level, you'll choose an advertising objective, like promote your page, which defines what you want your ad to achieve. So for example, if you want to promote your page, your ad will be optimized to get more likes on your business's Facebook page, and the algorithm will figure out the people who are most likely to like that. Now, as I mentioned, for the purposes of this program, we will always 100% of the time optimize our campaigns for conversions. We're never going to run campaigns to promote our page or get page likes or get clicks. Every single campaign that I'm going to show you how to set up in here is going to be optimized for conversions. So basically, when you go in and you set up a new campaign, we're always going to choose this objective over here, conversions. See, we can also get traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation, messages. So unless we're running lead ads, which is an advanced strategy that's in the bonuses, we're going to run for conversions. So if you're running to a landing page, 100% of the time in my program, you will choose conversions. Now, why not clicks or engagement, right? We want people to click on our ad, right? Well, if we're optimizing for clicks and we're getting all the clicks in the world we want, but none of those clicks are turning into leads, are we really accomplishing our objective? No, we're not. And what we're after is generating leads for our clients. So it doesn't matter how many clicks we get or how cheap the clicks are. I see people in another Facebook group all the time posting about their cheap clicks as a success of the campaign. Nobody cares how many clicks you get if it doesn't turn into leads. So our objective is always going to be leads. If we wanted things like page likes or post engagement, we could optimize for those, but we don't. We care about leads in this circumstance. Now, right here at the ad set level is where you're going to choose which conversion event you are going to optimize for. So this is going to tell the algorithm, we want this type of conversion. So when the pixel sends back to Facebook that this conversion is happening, the algorithm will know that that's the type of person who is likely to convert, and then it will go find more of them. Now, I show you exactly how to set up your conversion in the custom audiences and conversions video. So you can see right here, I have a webinar registration conversion. You're actually going to create your own conversion. It's very easy, and I show you exactly how to do it. And then you'll choose that conversion when you're setting up your new campaign. This is a high-level overview, remember. So if this sounds confusing, don't worry. This is just to get you familiarized with the process, and you don't need to be 100% on top of all this stuff right now. We have individual videos for each of these steps, so do not worry. You're going to learn how to do each of these in another video. Now, the only placements that we're going to use in this program is desktop and mobile news feed. Like I mentioned, you can place advertisements on Instagram. You can do it in the right sidebar. You can do it in the audience network. We are only going to use the news feed because that is the highest quality traffic. Now, Facebook is going to tell you that automatic placements are recommended. Do not listen to Facebook. They will recommend all sorts of stuff that is going to waste your money. So always choose edit placements yourself. And for the purposes of this program, always choose mobile and desktop feeds. We don't want instant articles. We don't want Instagram. We don't want audience network. Do not select any of these. Edit placements, mobile and desktop feeds. So those are the only placements we're going to use in this program if we're not adjusting advanced strategies. So if you see a video on Instagram advertising later, you can disregard that. But for every single campaign, we're going to start with desktop and mobile news feeds. And just to show you what that looks like, this is your typical Facebook news feed, and here's what a post in the news feed would look like. It looks like any other post. That's why these are going to get the best engagement, and the best way to test a new campaign is because it's going to get the strongest reaction from your audience. Now, you're going to learn how to choose your targeting in the choosing your audiences and targeting video. So again, I'm giving you a high level here. Don't worry about being 100% on top of this stuff. You're going to be walked through in another video. Here we are in targeting. You can select custom audiences. You can select your location and a radius, the age, gender, languages, interests, and then it's going to tell you how many people you're targeting per day over here. This is at the ad set level. Again, we'll cover this in another video. Then we get down to the ad level, and the ad is what your customers and your audience will actually see. So you can see how far we are into the process by the time we actually get to choosing our images and our words, which is what most people think of when they think of Facebook advertising. They say, how do I post an ad? So you can see that it's a lot more involved than just posting the images and the text. At the ad level, you're going to choose your ad's creative, which may include things like images, videos, text, and a call to action button. And keep in mind that you can have multiple ads within a single ad set. So we'll test different images, we'll test different copy, and you'll learn how to do that in another video. So again, here is the actual ad. You can see it's the words above the image. It's the image itself, the headline, the subheadline, the URL, and the call to action button, which is learn more on there. So you'll see how that all breaks down in another video. You can learn about that in writing your copy and choosing your images and videos. So right now, what I want you to do is just go set up a practice campaign just to familiarize yourself with all of this. Again, you don't have to know what's going on. You don't have to know what everything is. This is the high-level video training, and you're going to learn each of these pieces by itself after this. But I want to give you a foundation so you're not overwhelmed. So go into your business manager, go to create ad, and then just walk through the process, look around, explore these different options. You'll see everything we just talked about. And, when you get to this point, just don't hit confirm because you don't want to actually launch this ad because you're not going to use it. Now, if you accidentally launch it, you can turn it off with this radio button right here on the right-hand side. So don't worry. If you accidentally launch it, just turn it off and then delete it. Go through, give it a good practice, and you're going to start to become a lot more familiar with this stuff, and then we'll dive into the details and get into how to actually create a profitable campaign.